We're ready to rock and roll. So, we're going to talk about being white today. Because I'm white, man. Dude, being white, dude. You know something about that, I'm sure. Being white. Dude. And,
Thank you. I forgot to turn it back. I was playing VR before this. Completely forgot. Thank you so much. Before I got an hour into it and just said, "Fuck it, I'm done." You know how many fucking videos I've deleted because of that? Like sometimes I've actually had videos where I'll go on and talk for like 2 hours and I'll react to something like this, and then I find out my mic was completely. Is it too loud or is it perfect? Yeah. I've I've recorded videos doing that. Oh my god. I'll record videos like a good video, a nice reaction. I'll put all this stuff in there and I'll be like, "Okay, let's rewatch it." And or uh or when I load it on there, yeah, to edit it. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I just wanted to watch some of this because I like this guy because he's very fair. You know who I'm talking about, right? University of Pennsylvania. No, the Pennsylvania State University. About the most, he's a very famous sociology professor. I don't know why I'm not subscribed to him. That's weird. I probably got mad at something he said. Oh yeah.
it just seems
He talks about stuff like this about being white
like,
and
why not? Let's just
African
start here.
American.
You know what I mean? And it just came up this morning. I was thinking, hey, what are we going to talk about today? And I was thinking about our man Chris, right? That's your name, right?
Oh no, I was saying like just like 10 years ago, we used to be able to joke about being white and give black jokes and Asian jokes, and now you can't even like there was a video right before this one where he looks at a student and says, "What nationality do you think she is?" And he wouldn't answer the question. Like he was so scared of answering, "What nationality do you think she is?"
Right, bro. Yeah, I was thinking, what would he
So
want to talk
stupid.
about? I'm thinking he'd
Sad.
want to talk about white people. So,
Everyone's stepping
by
on
the way, we used
eggshells.
your image on our thumbnail from the other day. Yeah. And yours too was on it. But yeah, the two of you were laughing together, and then like they took you off because, dude.
Is that girl wearing a?
And yours too was on it. But yeah, the two of you were laughing together, and then like they took you off because, dude. Yeah, don't take it personally. Anyway, so here's what's going to happen. You two, who are both white.
Dude, that guy has Beetlejuice pants. Those are some fucking snazzy pants.
Uh, you're the commentators, and what I'd like you to do, keep your phones out, and as we're having a conversation here, I would like you to just take some notes about things that you would like to respond to. Things you agree with, things you don't agree with, certain questions maybe that you have for one of them, however it is. Things that you think weren't said that maybe should be said. And what we're gonna take, like say the last 15 minutes or so, and we're gonna bring you into the conversation. So for right now, you're just gonna sit there and enjoy the conversation that they're going to have. And we'll introduce you. You'll introduce yourselves in a little bit. So let's start.
Look at the size of that class. It's mostly white too. I just realized that. Well, it depends on what class he has, because sometimes he has classes that seem majority. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's introduce, say.
Oh, yeah, he's huge. Like, if you're into sociology and stuff like that, he's pretty big, because he talks about stuff like this. Like, too many people are too scared to talk about stuff like this. He talks about it all the time, and he's very fair, like I said. Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I'd say slightly.
Something about yourself.
Yeah, maybe right.
And usually when I say, when you're up here and introduce yourselves, just like, your name, where you're from, what your major is.
Dude, those
the kind of
pants got
standard.
me, man. Jeez. Those pants.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Lena. I'm a second year international politics major.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you right here. Lena?
Oh, Magdalena. Sorry.
Okay, but you go by Lena?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Take a note. Can you, don't move. Blue, don't stay right there. Can you put blue up on the big screen? Trent, zoom in on Lena.
It says bro a lot, by the way.
Here we go. Hang on. You're going to come up in a hot second. We're still getting the system down back there. All right, so watch. See where this is where the microphone was, right? So talk.
Okay.
Just say your name again.
Oh, hi. My name is Lena.
All right. Now try this, right? Hold the microphone like that, and use this as the guide for your tongue, like for your mouth, and then talk. And don't be afraid. Yep.
Hi, my name is Lena. I'm a second year international politics major and a global international studies major, and I'm from the DMV.
Yeah, so you can hear that better, right? We're good? All right, man. Awesome. Thanks.
DMV?
Nice
What's
job.
that?
All right,
What's the DMV?
hey everyone. I'm Phil. I'm a fourth year majoring in computer engineering, and I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Allentown.
Wait, where are you from? Allentown?
Allentown.
All right.
Hi, my name is Jia. I'm a junior majoring in computer science. I'm from Mumbai, India.
Okay.
Hi.
So here's my first question. Thank you. What do you know about white people? Who wants to start?
I'm going to say her parents have money. He's middle class, maybe upper. I just
Maybe.
have that feeling.
Go ahead. Gia, why don't you start? What do you know about white people?
Come on, man.
Their ancestry is more likely to be towards the west.
Toward the west?
Yeah.
Toward Europe, you mean?
Yeah, Europe or
Okay.
America.
All right, what else? I'm going to narrow it down. What do you know about white Americans?
You know, the thing, too, is there's a lot of black people, too, that have European ancestry, too, now. Because there's been a couple generations now. Do you remember going on YouTube and seeing all those people that were finding out that their ancestry were European? You remember that?
When somebody says, hey, white Americans, or you go back to India, and you have a conversation, and someone says to you, hey, Gia, you were at Penn State. Like, how are the white people at Penn State? Like, what are you going to say?
They're
Very
polite.
white. You don't remember that? Dude, there was a for a little while. This was a couple years ago. People were getting their DNA tests, and a lot of black people were finding out that their ancestries were all European. Not every one of them, but a lot of them. Dude, a lot of people were having breakdowns. Like, pretty bad. Some people were crying. Yeah, it was pretty strange.
Yeah?
Yeah.
By the way, you can't offend white people. Part of being white is you can't be offended. Am I right, white people?
Yeah, pretty
you shouldn't
much.
be offended. Anyway, I mean, we have Donald Trump. You know what I mean? It's not and then another guy who's president who I think fell asleep 3 years ago. So, like, okay, go ahead.
See what I mean? Like, we used to be able to joke like this all the time. And now you can't even fucking joke like that. Yeah, exactly.
They like hamburgers.
Oh, we like hamburgers.
Dude, what is
Which
with the...
doesn't sit well with you, right? Since you worship cows. Are you
Yeah,
Hindu?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I'm a
shit.
vegetarian.
Okay. All right. So
What is with people in the West and thinking of Americans and their cheeseburgers?
we like hamburgers. All right, that's a
understand
good
that,
start.
man.
How about
Okay,
Philip?
we
Do you
love our
go by Philip or
cheeseburgers. So
Phil?
what?
I go by Phil. You can call me Philip though.
All right, Phil. All right.
So I guess it's the most predominant, I guess, racial group in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very general answer.
Okay, that's cool. What else? Something else.
60%, I would say so.
Yeah, say something else. Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't think that far.
You thought you were going to get off easy?
Yeah, I thought I could.
Yeah, no. You got to walk to the edge. Little,
See, I don't want to do that just yet.
Yo, white
Not
people,
yet,
does he
yeah.
have permission to just say dude, yeah.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead, man.
man.
Say your
I have
shit.
nothing I want to say though.
Oh, you know?
I don't know. Some people are ignorant. That's it.
All right. Okay, all right.
Yeah, fair
All right,
enough.
Lena.
Fair enough.
I was going to say the same thing. Some people are kind of ignorant.
Some white people are kind of ignorant. Wait, are they different than other people?
Not
Are
really.
they ignorant in a way that's different from other people?
Well, first you got your different cultures. I mean, let's be honest, we have different cultures for sure. Like for example, Puff Daddy. The fact that he was found not guilty on the major charges, and you had people clapping. I don't know what it is with that. That's fucking weird. You're gonna have a round of applause because an abuser got free? I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, how so?
Sometimes they can be like opinionated.
Okay. But isn't like everybody?
everybody.
Hold the mic close. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not easy standing there, sitting there, and saying all this stuff in front of your class. So, I mean, fair enough. She's just trying to get something out there. Poor girl.
Don't be nervous. It's okay. Just say like, okay, what else do you know about white people?
They can't season food.
It kind of. All right. Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
All right. I'll grant you that. And you're from
Fair
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had Ethiopian food, I highly recommend it.
No.
Yeah, it's quite special.
When I was a plane mechanic, one of the mechanics that I worked with was from Ethiopia, and meeting him, like, my idea of someone from Ethiopia was like turned upside down, because his family had money, and he was very cocky, very arrogant. It was like it blew my mind when I met him. Like, how different would I imagine someone from Ethiopia? It's crazy. Smart guy, but very arrogant and full of himself, and not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, listen, man. Where and how did you learn about white people? Let's stick with Americans, with white Americans. Where and how did you learn about them?
Oh, I'll go.
You want to go with that?
School. So I grew up in like a predominantly white town.
Okay.
So just like dealing with white people at school, I guess.
It sounds like you dealt with white people everywhere.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you just look down the street. In my neighborhood, a lot of white people in my neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the first person you see is a white person. That's how I deal with them.
Uh-huh. So you grew up around white people. Do you feel like you understand white people?
I feel like I don't understand anyone, but...
Okay, hang on. I'm going to change that question. That was actually a bad question. Okay.
Fair.
I am curious though, like how. I was just thinking about this the other day, like how weird it would be to grow up somewhere where like that, like you're the only white person. Well, when I went fishing in the Bering Sea, I was one of three white people that was on the boat, and everyone was really cool. So, I mean,
Well, yeah. Here's the question I should have asked. How
Didn't bother
well
me.
do you think you understand white people compared to other groups? People of other ancestry groups.
oh, that's a good one.
You want to answer?
No, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. I mean, I think because like most of my friends are white, I'd say I'd understand them more than like a lot of other racial groups. Maybe not as much as Asians, obviously, but I'd say maybe the second most.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
you
but
can
if
be
you
Asian
grew
and
up
not understand
around
Asians.
white people as an Asian guy, right? Predominantly white people. Most of your friends are white.
Well, I still have family, so
Okay.
like they
Yeah,
still,
but
you know,
that's-
I know
So
my
when you
family a
went
lot
to
better.
school, it was really when you looked around.
Yes.
Who would you see?
White people.
Okay. So
Yeah, but your parents, like, you can have parents that are Asian and not like they aren't, like basic, usual, common Asian families. So then, not only are you growing up around white people, but also your parents are Asian, but also act more white than other Asians. So you really technically wouldn't, you know.
So maybe
Just
you
saying.
understand. Maybe you actually understand white people better than you understand.
Look, I don't know about that one, but maybe.
Well, no, I'm just throwing that out there, right? It's like it's not a. So here's the thing. So we're going to continue the conversation. So I'm going to just pause it right here for a second. There's no kind of gotcha thing here. But actually, what the kinds of questions I'm asking are the questions that a lot of us don't really ask. Like I would expect Phil, right? It's not politically correct. Like Phil's got to be, like, I don't know, he's got to really hold his ancestry down. And if he doesn't, then Phil is seen to be this guy who's like maybe too white or whatever the case is. There's a lot of judgments that go at him.
Yeah,
regarding
that's true.
who
I
he
didn't think of
is.
that.
He's this Asian guy who grew up around white people. All right. So you're sitting here in this spot, and so for you, it's a risk a little bit because you got to rep who you are, and you can't be like too white or too not white or whatever, right? These are the things that I know are going on because that's just the nature of it, right? So I'm asking questions to really break through some of the barriers. So anyway, now let me ask the question again. In a way, because you're kind of an outsider to white people, like when we look in a mirror, we don't see. If you're white, if you're a member of any majority, okay, so when you're in Ethiopia, like when I've been in Ethiopia, I literally spent 1 week one time when I only saw one other white person, and that was my wife. So, like I don't, you just kind of, there's certain things, I saw that I was white at that moment. But I didn't really realize I was white until I remember I was about 16 when I first looked in the mirror and I was like, damn, dude, you're white. Like I saw white, like I used that word.
I know what it is.
And it's really, so for you, in a way, you're an expert more of an expert than I would have been at your age, because you've been living among a white population center, looking at them in a way, looking at us. So I'm going to ask you again, how well do you know white people compared to other groups? Now that I've
I will say though, like I had a friend, friend Jeff, who was, his family was from South Korea, and co- chill guy, like just act, he was our friend Jeff. But anytime we went over to his house, we had to like take our shoes off at the door, and like we had to adjust to his parents' customs when we went over to his house. I don't know if it like same thing with my buddy Sherwin. My buddy Sherwin was Filipino. Anytime we went over to his house, his mother was very well, she was from, you know, um the Philippines. And anytime we went over there, we had to adhere to their customs, and there's no problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, no one cares. I mean, I actually kind of liked it because I kind of got a glimpse of, you know, his culture. And I feel like most people are like that. I don't know. That's the thing I hate about like the politics and videos and the arguing and all that kind of shit. Because in real life, when you have friends, when you're like living your life, things are different than what you argue about of how things are, you know? Yeah. Yeah, and so you know what I mean. Like things are completely different in real life than what we argue about sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, they had that really, really, really short table. And I remember always walking past it. And one day I was just like, what do you guys use that table for? And he's like, that's where we eat. I was like, what are you talking about? That thing's like 5 inches off the ground. He's like, yeah, we just sit in Indian, like, I forgot how we just sit with our legs crossed and eat. And I was like, how do you, dude, I can barely sit like that for 5 seconds. I don't know.
open that up
Yeah.
a little bit.
All right, so I didn't really think about it like that. So thanks for putting that into perspective. I'd say I know them just so that I can still know myself as well.
Hmm.
And like what you're saying about like growing up Asian and trying to have that identity, like I've definitely seen that, just not thought about it. So
Hmm.
I think keeping an eye on like other cultures is definitely how I know what I am myself.
Hmm.
So,
And am I right about that? Like the pressure of,
I think so.
yeah, you can't be too white. I mean, you will be judged if you're a little bit too white.
I haven't thought about it that hard, but yeah, thinking.
Dude, I remember growing up not thinking about all that stuff. Like Asian, our black friend and whatever, like none of that stuff. Literally did not care. Like it never even crossed my mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff I didn't
Gia,
care.
how about you? What's the question? When, where, and like how did you learn about white Americans before you showed up here? What did you think about white Americans before you came here? That's actually a cool question for you.
I think the
Oh,
first
boy.
place I saw them was Hollywood movies. So that's how.
I hear about that all the time. Hollywood movies. So they get this perception of that's how we are. I guess.
I learned
Oh, that's a
Okay,
pretty
that-
accurate
yeah.
representation.
that
Yeah.
are different people on the other side of the world. I always I had relatives, far relatives who were like U.S. citizens. So
Uh-huh.
I would get candies from here. So I had a little idea of what U.S. has that India does not, but
Okay.
like not a lot.
Okay, so what did you see in those Hollywood movies? What did you learn about white people from Hollywood?
Their action movies were like spontaneous.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I remember Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, jumping off the helicopter. So yeah, so they are.
So, if you go to
Yeah, I think my first time seeing it for myself was my buddy Sherwin. We went to the store and we split up. Yeah. We split up, and next thing you know, I hear the guy in the store yelling at him, and he's like, What for? I wasn't even doing anything." And he's just like, get out," and he yelling at him to get out of the. And I started walking with him, and he said, "No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him." And then I just saw that face, and that was like my first like, oh shit, like couldn't understand why, but he knew. It was so strange. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. Cause like I was just like, why is he kicking us out? And he was just like, dude, it's no problem. Forget it. I know it sounds fake, but I'm telling you, I was just like, well, I don't get it. Why would he kick us out? Did he think we're stealing? And he was just like, forget about it. It doesn't. And then yeah, he's like, that fucker's racist. And I was like, wow, that like it blew my fucking mind. I didn't think it would ever happen. So yeah, that was. But you're right. Yeah, in school, I remember what they taught us in when I went to college. I go back and think of the conversations we had, and I remember I saw a girl at work, and she's like, "Hey, we went to school together," and I said, "I don't remember you," and she goes, "You don't remember me? We used to argue constantly in class," and that was because I was like my politics leaned right, but I just like I didn't understand politics, so I just always called myself a Democrat just because that's what you do, I guess. And I used to argue with people all the time, and I go back and think of what we would argue about, and I was like, wow, that place was super liberal, and I had no idea. I just thought, you're not racist, so you're a Democrat. You know what I mean? So it's not as simple as that, but yeah. Until I started arguing with this girl that I went to school with that I tried to date. I was arguing with her during the Obama thing, and I, w- I knew what she said was right. She was a Republican, and I was supporting Obama at the time. And I knew what she said was right, but I remember trying to find something to make her seem wrong just so I could win the conversation or the argument. And that's when I was like, maybe my politics are all fucked up. Because I seem to be always looking things up. Yeah. Wild.
Penn State football games, you'll see that. People will like be
Yeah,
jumping on
I wouldn't be
planes and stuff.
surprised.
All right. What else did you learn? What did you see with white people? Wait, how about this? Were you taught anything about white people? What,
So we were like in school, my first language was English, and that comes because like it comes from the
yeah.
British colonial rule. So
mm-hmm.
we do get like a sense of impression about the British culture more.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, technically, we are told that they have a certain way of behavior or table manners or like small things that come from the West that were not initially there.
Mm-hmm. So this is really important, and I'm glad I forgot that one of
Table manners.
the reasons I thought of you would be a good volunteer, because for you, white people are the Brits, right? Yeah, not the Americans.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally. Okay, I got one for you. Lena, what's the difference between white people and white culture?
I think like white people can also classify as like European white people.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I think like I classify like white people as like white Americans, but also like white Europeans and like
Mhm.
German people and French people.
So you lived in Germany for a bit, right?
Yeah.
So you
Hey,
have a
me
certain.
too.
What's the difference between white Europeans, let's say Europeans, because you were in Germany, but I know you travel around Europe, because of course you do, because everybody does.
Yeah.
Because in one day you can go to 4 different countries. What's the difference between white Europeans and white Americans?
Oh man. Um, for me, in Germany, for one thing, because prostitution is legal in Germany, women come up to you rather the other way around. Like some of the girls there were really aggressive. And when I was there, although the girl that I was dating was Romanian, and then I dated a Polish girl, and then I dated a German girl, but the German girl had American, I think it was American dad who was a soldier, so she spoke fine English. But they were very, like if I got off work and I went over to her place, she would she would already be cooking me something, and then when I would sit down to watch some TV with her, she would like massage my feet. She would feed me chocolate sometimes, just joking around. Like it was very old school, I guess. I don't know.
I actually think white Europeans are more like ignorant. Like they're way more racist to your face than like white Americans are.
More racist to your face?
Yeah, like so I stayed in a German host family as like part of my exchange program, and like my host sister said the N-word. Awkward.
And wait, in German?
No, it's the same thing. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
like there's no they have like a German word called like Digga,
Yeah.
but it still means like
Yeah. It's the same. Yeah.
it's just
But yeah, I don't know.
like everyone can say it instead of like
And
I wasn't
and
there
how many
that
people
long.
said it like were you in high school there or college?
so I was I guess like I was a senior there like in high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And okay, so what
Wow.
else? What are some other differences?
Like so German people are known to not be so friendly. Like they are very cold.
She is very right about that one. They are very cold. Yeah, she's right. Some of them are really not nice. They're not very especially when it comes to Americans. Oh boy. Sometimes some of the clubs that we would go to that didn't have a charge to get in, they would look at you and they would want to see your ID to get in, and then they would charge you money. And then they would just pocket the money just because they don't like Americans. It was really weird. First time I've ever like experienced some kind of, I don't like you. What's the word? For some reason I can't think of it, but I don't like you because you're American. You can't walk in here because we don't like Americans. Sometimes there would be, yeah, it was weird. Discrimination.
But like I don't know, like I felt
Yeah, it was weird.
a more warm personality from like the people of color there than like the regular.
Hey, by the way,
Oh.
so it's interesting. A lot of Germans, hang on, I'm going to look into green right here. A lot of Germans watch the class. Okay. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You didn't tell them anything they don't already know. Okay?
Yeah, no
So
shit.
you're okay. I'm going to be very curious during office hours next week. I want to hear some Germans respond to that. Okay, what else? So Germans are a little bit more walled off, cold.
And now that we told
Yeah.
you that.
And okay, what else? Think Americans and think Europeans.
I feel like we also like generally stereotype like racist white American people to like the South.
Yeah.
While like at least in Europe, like it's a little bit different because it's not like it's low-key everywhere. Like it's not just a specific area. Like it's everywhere. I mean, it's worse in different parts of Germany, like or different parts of Europe. But
Oh, okay.
like
Aunt Mitch much she grew up in Germany, or she went to high school there. She said Germans, which I completely agree with her. Germans are much more cold. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to know you. They don't want to say hi. Like they're very cold. Oh yeah. Yep. Steaks. Yeah. I know someone that used to do that. Oh, he's trying to get rid of his. Yeah. I know some people that used to do that. I know exactly what you're talking about. They used to show up at the tattoo shop selling steaks and, oh, come look at my van. I got a bunch of steaks. Yeah. Yeah, German people are cold. They're much more racist to your face, she said. She said when she was staying there, there was the family that was having her there said the N-word straight to her face, like no problem. Yeah, it was but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all she said. Now she's talking about Americans.
it's still generally the
White
same. Like it just depends what city you're in.
But here's the funny part. Like
Where-
they always talk about how the South could be more racist. But like nowadays, much of the South is black people. Like overwhelmingly black. Like if you've ever seen a map, it's just like all black people in the South. So it's like, okay.
I mean, it's worse in different parts of Germany, like or different parts of Europe, but like it's still generally the same. Like it just depends what city you're in.
Wait, were you in the eastern part, or in the eastern part of Germany? It's pretty, the
The eastern part of Germany is very let's just say old school. And he's saying the nationalism and racism is really kicking up. It was like that when I was there back in 2010. Did I say 2012? I was there in 2009 and 2010. But as soon as I got there, I was warned about the Turkish people, I was warned about Nazis, and I was warned about Eastern Europe. So it's always been like that. So
Really stereotype like racist white American people to like the South.
yeah.
While like at least in Europe, like it's a little bit different because it's not like it's low-key everywhere. Like it's not just a specific area. Like it's everywhere. I mean, it's worse in different parts of Germany, like or different parts of Europe, but like it's still generally the same. Like it just depends what city you're in.
Wait, were you in the eastern part, or in the eastern part of Germany? It's pretty, the
Yeah.
nationalism and racism is really
Yeah, so they
kicking
actually
up.
didn't put me there. Like
Oh, because of that?
yeah, but I mean, it didn't really make a difference.
Oh, really?
Not really. I mean, like I still felt like where they put, I was lucky set up actually. Like the area that they put me, like I was in a fish town, so like I was all the way up north, and I used to like bike to school, which was fun. But like there was probably like 4 other black people like in that town, like including families, and they were
Yeah.
all like.
So the women like black people, but the men don't like them. That's what I saw when I was there. Yeah.
I think like they were all like immigrants, like African families.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. White people and what are the characteristics of white culture? Thanks for that, by the way. That's cool. What are the characteristics of what is white culture?
Like I've noticed a lot of people that are family or
Barbecue, burgers, barbecues. Like you said, family gatherings. I would say if you think of white families in America, I picture as a white person, I guess, because I am white and that's what I grew up doing, is family gatherings at a park or some kind of picnic type gathering with the barbecue going, cooking burgers, um, watching football. That's what I think of white culture.
oriented. Like a lot of white people have like ancestors here, so they have a lot of extended family here, which like immigrant families like myself, we don't. Like all my family, grandparents, cousins, everything, we're back in China.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really get to see like big holidays, big celebrations, nothing like that growing up.
So that's an observation for you.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, what else? What are some parts of white culture that you really embrace? Wait, do you speak Chinese and
I speak Mandarin.
Mandarin in the home with your
Yes.
parents?
Yeah.
Would you
Damn.
practice different customs? Like, do you do like Chinese New Year and?
That's hard language.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
you
do
do all
Chinese New Year, Mid-Autumn Festival. It's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Okay. So what does your family do Thanksgiving at all? Do you do stuff like that?
Yeah, so we do Thanksgiving, and then we also celebrate like gift giving during Christmas.
Uh-huh.
But it's not, I guess, as big. It's just we have like a together feast as a family.
Uh-huh. And what part of white culture do you really enjoy?
If you don't enjoy it, then you don't enjoy it.
You're gonna have to give me a second to think about that. But
yeah.
I like Christmas a lot. I like the festive spirit of
Uh-huh.
like December. I love December, the Christmas music,
Uh-huh.
also music, I guess.
Dude, Christmas music, like,
That is one thing I noticed from me traveling around is Christmas is like nothing I have ever seen anywhere else in this country. Like the celebration of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year's. Like I've never like if you go somewhere else, it's just not, and they celebrate Christmas. It's not even close to like we do it here. Yeah, that's why I love that. I absolutely love the fact that we celebrate all three of those holidays so close, bundled together. I love it.
white Christmas music is pretty white. You don't get any whiter than Rudolph
I
the
love it,
Red-Nosed
though.
Reindeer, man. Or Santa Claus is coming to town, man. He's always white, and he's got a white beard and a white face, and yeah. Okay. See, listen, I love that I asked you a question that you don't know how to answer, right? That's part of what this class is, because I asked you that question, but I'm actually asking everybody in the class. So there are a lot of people in the class who are immigrants or who are like in a position similar to yours, or with you, right? Who, when I asked that question to you, they're trying to answer it themselves, and I didn't think you probably wouldn't have even an answer to that question, because it's but you will as soon as you leave the class. Later on tonight, you're going to be like, oh, here it is, But that's what this is, right? It's having these. All right, here. Gia, how similar are white Americans to? Now how long have you been there? 3 years?
2 years.
2 years? How similar are white Americans to Americans who are not white?
Ooh,
What have you
that's a
seen?
good question.
I think the daily habits slowly starts getting similar. So, people who have been born and brought up here would be different than the ones that are like not living here, like their ancestry place. So there'd be similarities in terms of taste or, I guess, slowly interests, like.
Okay, so all right. So let me.
No.
So a lot of times,
That's a good question.
I'm gonna keep going with this for a second. A lot of here in the United States, a lot of people of color, black and brown people. By the way, I'll say black people. If I say black people, referring here, like say in this class, I'm referencing people, Africans, either international students or Africans who came as immigrants or recent, or West Indians or I just reserve African Americans for black people who's trace their ancestry to slavery in the Americas, mostly in the United States, okay? It's black people. Brown people is kind of everybody else who's not black, which just means like, dude, I mean, I don't know it's just, you got to make generalizations somewhere, so you make, and then white people are white people, okay? But here, a lot of times, black and brown Americans, sometimes they don't realize how white they are. How American they are, really.
Yeah.
The truth is, like, they're really
Sorry.
American. And in fact, by being really American, so-called American, they're really not very different than white people.
Yeah. This there's a college next to me where it's $47,000 a semester. Yeah. And this guy from Africa, I can't remember where he was from. Really nice guy. One of the nicest guys I have ever met since I've moved here. And it took a while to get comfortable to talk about stuff, but I asked him what he thought of African Americans here. First off, he hates the whole African Americans. He just said, "It's just Americans," and he didn't like them. He said that they were whiny, spoiled. I'm just telling you what he told me, but he did not like them at all, not even a little bit. That actually really shocked me because I just figured like if they came over here, they would see them and, oh, my sister and my long lost sister or brother or whatever. Not even close. Like it's the complete opposite of what I thought it would be. Yeah. That also that's what I mean. Like you see all these things on TV and movies and whatever. And so you get this, oh, they think this and that, and then you meet someone from Ethiopia, like I said, and you're like, what the fuck? That's completely different than what I thought. So, you could be arguing something online and not know what the fuck you're talking about because you've never met someone like that, So that's some of the reasons why, like, if I talk about something, I try to be like, well, I don't know, but I kind of assume because so many times moving around, I just get my mind blown by things like you would think you would know, but you really don't have any idea. I don't know.
Like, wait, you're
Hopefully
American.
that makes sense.
And when you travel, you're seen as an American. So, you can be African American. You can go to Ghana or Nigeria or whatever. They're just going to see you as white.
Yeah.
You're an American. You're white.
You know what I mean?
You're not, I don't know if you have that experience, but I mean, you go all over the world. It doesn't matter. You can be brown. You can be black.
But it seems like some people have a tougher time realizing what he's saying. Like they don't want to be American or like looked at as an American. I don't know. I went to Germany. I was proud of it, but I didn't like shove it in people's faces or anything.
You're American. No one cares. But here you
not
want to be
really.
like, oh, but I'm not like those people. I'm so different. So I'm asking you, like, what do you
There you go.
really see when you interact with your classmates who are black and brown? I mean, are they all just Americans?
It's like those who are born and brought up in America.
Yeah.
I have cousins who were born and brought up here, like second cousins.
Okay.
So they like football. There's one who was born here who does not even eat Indian food.
And he doesn't even know what cricket is, probably, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's not aware of the Indian culture like the other one. He was born in India, but then he came here.
Yeah.
So he knows a little bit about it. He was in cricket leagues in India, so he still likes it. But then after coming here, he also likes football.
Okay. So if you pushed him on that, it's like, bro, you're like not any different than these white people around here. Would he say like, no, I'm Indian or whatever? And you would say,
No,
"Dude,
he
come-"
wouldn't care.
Oh, he wouldn't care. Okay, so he's crossed over. All right, good for him.
He's crossed over.
Do you have a response? To,
Such a
can
chill.
I'm going to ask you, like a difference between, bro. Let me know if you have a question. By the way, of course you do. What's the difference between no? How similar are white Americans to Americans who are not white? What do you see?
That's a good question.
On average, hang on. I'm going to ask the two of you. What I was saying about how a lot of like black and brown people will often, it's hard to be. It's complex to be black or brown, to be of minoritized status anywhere. It doesn't really matter whether it's gender or race or culture or whatever. It's like you're working it all the time, and it's also once you learn about, like say in this case, once you learn about whiteness, it's complex to be white because you realize you're managing this thing. You're managing the sense that of this perceived superiority or the perceived privilege, and sometimes you're like, you got to really look in a mirror and go, damn, like what? Yeah, who am I and what am I? I mean, it's complex, right? So what do the two of you see, really see when you kind of look around at black and brown people here? Like, how different are they really? Black and brown culture how different is it from white culture in the U.S.?
She don't want to answer that question.
Hang on, and I'm going to interrupt. Don't think about just your family and Chinese and Chinese New Year's and your Ethiopian roots and stuff. I'm talking, and I want you to generalize to most of your classmates. And I'm looking around the room at all the black and brown people wearing like Penn State T-shirts and Nike and everything else that the white people are wearing. So go ahead. Yeah.
I think there's definitely like now a mix of cultures in America because we definitely see that being in America. So for example, like you have predominantly black artists making rap music that everyone will listen to. So I even listen to it, but I notice like a lot of white people listening to it as well. But then you still see differences like in food and art and other things like that too. So that's something I've noticed.
Okay. Do you have something? Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Maybe like what Philip said. I think like most things are kind of the same. Like you were talking about clothes and stuff. Like I feel like those are kind of like cultural similarities that we have.
I'm trying to God damn it. YouTube. It's not letting me do something here. I was trying to get the chat. I'm trying to get one for YouTube and one for Twitch. So anyway. Okay, there we go. All right.
Living in America. The cultural similarities we have living in America, but like
Oh, duh.
I guess at home it could be different, like the food, the culture, like how you grow up, what you're taught at home, stuff like that.
Yeah, how things just slowly start to change and blend together. Yeah.
I think there's definitely some assimilation too, especially at my school.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really wear any cultural outfits just because, I don't know, I think my parents told me to sort of fit in and just.
I did, why is that not working? Oh, that's why. Duh. I picked up. What was it? What was the name of that game? Let me look. You remember that Still Wakes the Deep? Remember that game? I picked Still Wakes the Deep, Siren's Rest. You know what game that is? God damn, man. I have so much energy. I played. No, it's a new DLC. Still. God damn it. You're thinking of the original game. This just came out a couple weeks ago, maybe two weeks ago. Oh, it's an hour and a half? That's it?
For the last 11 months, I've been waiting for just any excuse to be able to come back into
Yeah, this one. It's a new DLC that just came out.
187 meters,
Pressure.
0.4 bar.
Reserve oxygen for the diving bell.
Both
I'm
green.
waiting. By the way, I'm waiting for the weekend to play this. I wanted to play it today, trust me, but I want to wait until the weekend. Because a game is coming out Friday. What's coming out Friday? Oh! I'll show you right after this, actually. One of my favorite games.
Best if we keep our expectations low, Manny.
I just don't want to leave empty-handed. A decade in salt water has made its mark.
Take it nice and slow. No rush.
The comms are breaking up, Rob. I'm going to detach.
Absolutely not, Manny. We have no idea what's out there. Don't detach yet! This is an evacuation order!
God, how am I going to get out of here?
We never will, Mary.
No! Ah! Rob, there's something in here.
Oh, yeah. So I'm playing this on Friday night. And Expedition. Is it? By the way, next weekend I'm staying at the Claire house. So, yeah. What is this? I'm gonna have to check that out too. 6 days ago, the Complex Expedition. This one. So, my favorite Backrooms game. Yeah, next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday. So, this guy made my favorite Backrooms game, and he just redid the entire game to make it scarier. No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to check that out. This guy is the only Backrooms game that I actually get excited about. And he's a kid. The realistic one? Yeah, that's him. I mean, look at how fucking real that looks. He's good at you know how there's a bunch of backrooms games out there and they just have things running after you and stupid shit like that. This guy is more like you see something and then you go back and it's not there anymore. Like slowly stalking you and stuff like that. Like he's not just, oh, let's put something chasing them and make it as loud as possible, you know? I want to see if you put something in the trailers. What the hell? Wait, that's that skull thing that you see in that fort. Anything there? Nope. Okay, nothing there. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I mean, look at that. What the fuck? Weird. Yeah, this kid knows what he's doing. You remember the Backrooms game? There's that really, really tall man toy looking thing that just standing there. I don't know. Trust me when I say he makes the best Backrooms game. Just and they're actually scary. Oh, that's next weekend. Dude. Fuck. So I guess I'm playing this next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Fuck. Of course it is. Oh my god. Oh. You know what's also coming out? Next month? Ludo. Luto. Remember this demo?
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't?
Remember all the chains?
Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? Like a trick?
You don't remember this demo? Yes. You don't remember,
How much longer are you going to pretend to ignore it?
this. You don't remember this? Oh, dude, this one. Oh, not that. It's one of my favorite demos of all time. Where is it? Oh, right here.
Hello?
Oh, and not only that, there's a bunch of them like that where it's like standing there like that, and then all of a sudden it just the sheet just drops right in front of you. Oh yeah, I've already played the demo before. It's not oh. Yeah, it's a pretty good demo. I've played it a couple times, so it's not as scary as it was when I first played it.
Oh my god.
Right here.
Okay. I thought somebody would be behind me.
Same one. Anyway, yeah, it's a good demo. There's a couple endings to the demo too. Let's see. When is it coming out? I'll tell you right now. I think it was August 19th. Wait, is it this month? Oh, it's this month. So Expedition Backrooms comes out the 18th. Then I stay at Ludo, July 22nd. So, okay. Okay, so July 18th, Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, I play Backrooms Expedition. July 19th, I go stay at the Claire House overnight. So I'll go live ghost hunting and all that good stuff. And then on Tuesday, Ludo comes out on Tuesday. Yeah, the 22nd. That's going to be a good week. Dan, that's going to be a good weekend. Bunch of horror. Death Relives. The Old Country. Apparently, those two are coming out the same day you go to work, the 25th. Let me see. If I put it on my calendar, that means it's a good game. So, any really good games, I put on my calendar. Oh! This comes out on the 25th. Why is he starting out here?
Shit. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you think they're still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Here it is.
What the fuck?
So this is a game. This demo came out years ago. Literally like 2-3 something years ago. So you get kidnapped. Is this the one? I think this is the one. You get kidnapped by an Aztec god. And then you wake up in his house. And you're supposed to get out of there. I don't know why I've been waiting for this game. Maybe not.
Mom?
Yeah, this is it. That's the god right there, the Aztec god.
Mom!
Yeah.
Mom! Oh, open! Come on!
This
Open!
looks very different than what it did. Wow, this looks a lot different than what it did.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Let me show you where they started. So you remember that, right? This is the original demo 2 years ago. It is so different. It's
What is this smell?
I liked this, the original demo. I don't know, like, how he went in a total, well, I wouldn't say a different direction. It seems like the demo was so popular, PlayStation gave them more money, and they just went crazy with it. That's what it looks like. So you wake up in this Aztec, what's a good word to describe it? Butcher prison room?
Oh my god.
And you find out that it's the house for an Aztec god. And that's what that thing walking upstairs, all the pounding. See, I like this. And then he comes walking down, and you gotta hide. This is what I liked. I don't really like the new design. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, obviously the AI is very basic. Oh shit, I didn't even... I'm not gonna play the whole thing, I just wanted to see this part.
I can hear your heart beating in fear.
Oh, I guess he does kind of look... Anyway, there you go. That's what I liked. New ill game.
This new ill game trailer has just come out, and it looks absolutely insane.
So anyway, and also, yeah, did you see that new demo of Ill? Oh, the Old Country. That's coming out? Oh my god. That's coming out.
Come in, Enzo.
Really? I had no idea this was coming out so soon. Dude, I'm gonna be fucking broke.
I want to speak with you about my daughter. When Isabella became involved, however, it became our business. Now we must send a message to all around that Torrisi takes care of his family and his affairs. Will you do that, Enzo? I will. Good.
Hangar
Let's go.
13. Oh, is that a part of Rockstar or something? 2K Games? Published by 2K
You're
Games.
to meet with Tino's men. They're on a farm near Ludovici's villa, keeping an eye on things.
Ow,
They can be a little rough. But first, let's get you what you need to get the job done.
Dude.
You never know. These pests you're after could start shooting back.
That is... Yeah, this will be a big success. Just because it's like, who doesn't like mafia games and shooting shit? You know what I mean? Especially in...
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you paid Victor right away for the new cyberware in Cyberpunk 2077? At that point in the game, it's usually really hard to save up that much money. And when Victor asks the main character if they have the cash, the conversation usually goes like this.
Quit crying, Vic. I'll bring you the Eddies later, with interest. You know I will.
Last time, you hear? Chair, please. Sit down and relax.
But what if you do have enough money? To test this, I didn't install the cyberware right away. Instead, I started doing the few quests that are available. And here's what happened when I went back to the Ripper.
A job from Dex to Sean. Need tech that can perform.
The Dexter Deshawn? Well, that is something. But let me guess. Hasn't paid you yet.
Not yet, but I'm good for the Eddies anyway. Gotta invest in not fucking up this gig.
Chair, please.
Have you ever wondered?
Yeah, nothing. I kind of figured. Okay, so... What the hell? They came out with another one? They came out... Oh, no they didn't. They've been... Sons of bitches. Alright, anyway. Oh, what's this? Expedition to the Backrooms.
1996, an async research team was dispatched to investigate signs of a spatial anomaly. Due to an unexplained incident, the entire group was lost. They found themselves beyond the threshold of known reality, drawn into a space we still don't fully understand or apply.
This is... never mind. Anyway, so yeah, pretty stoked. What else does this guy have? Yeah, I remember all that time. 820. Oh, yeah. I forgot you told me about that. That's what I was looking for in the first place. Weren't they supposed to make it a while back? What happened? They decided to finally gets an update.
We got to talk about the back rooms. The back rooms, guys. Okay, so we got to fill you in on this back rooms situation. So for one, this was an internet, I don't want to say trend, or not really a trend, but it was something that went viral. Making a big Hollywood movie and then you go back to school, oh, you're going to have all the bragging rights. But then Hollywood strike happened. There was crazy, I'll tell you that. I love these choices, and it really intrigues me to what the movie will be about because, okay, I don't want to sound like
Kane Parsons will direct the film based on his own. Oh, thank God. So Kane Pixels it's gonna be Kane Pixels. What's the word for it? Rendition of the. It's gonna be his story. I like his backroom story because it's really good. Like the backrooms is one of those things where it could be anything. It could be any story. You know what I mean? But Kane Parsons, I keep saying Kane Pixels. I mean, it kind of is Kane Pixels because Pixels, yeah. Anyway, his type of backrooms is probably the best one that's come out since it even started. So,
like a hater because I'm not. I'm so jealous of this kid that he got that opportunity, and I'm so happy. So I don't want to sound like I'm being a hater. I'm just being a critical dude who thinks about this stuff, right? Sometimes when it comes to these viral trend things turn movies, the Backrooms, yes, is a such.
yeah, but he's already made videos. It's not the same thing. He already has videos out there of a story. What are you talking about? It's not the same thing. I know what he means, but it's not the same thing because Kane already has an entire film out there, basically. If you watch all of his videos, it's basically a film, just like parts of the film pieced together, but there's still parts missing. It's not the same thing.
Such an interesting idea for a movie, has endless potential, the things you could tell in that stuff. But I was very curious about the style of movie it would be. I was really afraid the dark room. Oh, maybe there's a creature that walked by. Sound. I thought A-Rooms was happy to pick. A24 was happy to pick it up because that's probably a very low budget, easy movie to make. It's just ton of creepy hallways. Add in that static filter and sound, and boom, bada bing. We just spent $100 on.
If you're not already running, you might want to start. Fans are familiar with the whole thing thanks to YouTube creator Kane Parsons. In 2022, he brought the story to life in an exciting new way. But now,
Hey, we
it's
know
got
what
the
it
official
is.
green light. Here's what we know. Kane Parsons is director. At 19 years old, he's also the youngest director in the studio's history. That might also explain why it was in development hell. For legal reasons, they might have wanted to wait till he was older. And while we don't have any exact story details, the Backrooms movie is directly based on his YouTube series. Production starts.
Thank God. Thank God.
This summer. Leading the cast are Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renate Reinsve. We're gonna have to wait for more information. Platforms. Average, everyday people are given an incredible opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have.
That's so cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I wish this was made something, but I heard this was bad.
Do you know where the mind goes? The thoughts of the ditches you
I
could be in.
didn't hear it
of
was
the cult
bad.
that
I just
kidnapped.
don't know if it was any good. Cool. Oh, is this another one? What else is there? A24. Holy shit, now everyone's making their own.
Is that another pool?
Looks like it leads into some dark tunnel.
I take it we're not going that way?
Hopefully not. We can try some of those doorways.
Do you hear water?
Oh crap.
Oh crap. That's what you'd say? Oh crap.
You all okay?
What the hell was that?
Looks like we came out of that pipe up there.
How are we gonna get back up there?
I have no idea. The radio's out of range. We can't even call back to base.
I guess we keep moving then.
And that
It seems like anybody who makes one now is getting a lot of views.
wasn't that bad.
It's gonna turn left. Yeah.
No.
Oh man, I don't know how this happened. Now I'm into it. Isn't it weird that they use film equipment that we grew up with as like for horror? Like shit. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, maybe it didn't change. Huh. Wouldn't ask that.
Of course. Of course. Oh, wow.
Huh. Oh, hell no. Fall down there. Get too excited about that.
What a weird place. Okay. I won't be missing you. Am I even... What? I'm sure I was... No.
Yeah, he's kind of screwed there, buddy.
No.
Oh, great. God damn it. My Airbnb just got taken out of my account. Yeah. I gotta go too. And I didn't have the money in there. Yeah, I gotta go too. Um, Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. I'll see you later. God, can't believe that happened. All right, see you tomorrow. See you.